Hey everybody, we're here at CMA Fest in Nashville, and I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Aaron Watson. How you doing, dude?
Good, brother. Good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. You've just played on the Riverfront Stage. How was that?
That was fun. It's a little humid, a little hot, but
too hot for us English people.
yeah. Well, it's too hot for a Texan too. But such great fans. I mean, it was raining earlier, and they just stood out in the rain.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, it's amazing.
And you played at the Opry last night, didn't you? Tell us about that, because I know it's always special for you to play there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was right there with Charlie Pride.
Wow.
So, Charlie Pride, Crystal Gale, it's always a treat playing the Opry. It's such a blessing, such a wonderful opportunity, and you never know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's like the first time I played, I played there, I was so nervous. My fiddle player and we ran to the bathroom real fast, right, like literally a few minutes before we hit stage. And as we opened the door, we ran right into Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had all these flowing robes on, and we were just like, and he was like, "Excuse me." And I was like, "It's okay."
It just gives me goosebumps walking through that place. It's crazy.
It is. It's historic, iconic. It's country music.
That's awesome. And Red Bandana coming out less than 2 weeks now, isn't it?
12 days.
We are so excited for that album.
Days.
I literally cannot wait to hear that. And you wrote every single song on the album, didn't you?
I wrote all 20 by myself. And people keep saying, why did you want to write it all by yourself? And I felt like in my heart that I needed to write this album all by myself. I needed to give those fans something, and they needed to know that every word on every song was straight out of my heart.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of deep songs on the album, but then there's a lot of lighthearted stuff. And I use the example of Paul McCartney, the Beatles. Everybody agrees that Blackbird is one of the best singer-songwriter songs ever, from the lyrics to the melody to the acoustic riffs. It's just genius. And we all love that song. But we also love Baby You Can Drive My Car, beep, 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 yeah. I mean, you need to have a mixture to make an album complete. And there's a wide variety of songs. This album's very cinematic, Western. But just when you think you can put your thumb on what that album is, I take a sharp turn and throw you for something different. But I'm really excited to share this one with the fans.
How much thought goes into the piecing together of a 20-track album like that? Because I know your albums always kind of take you on a bit of a journey, and it flows very well. So
this one was I put a lot of work into the flow of this record. There's 3 or 4 moments in the album where three or more of the songs are actually connected. So it's like the music never stops.
Wow.
Really, the whole album's continuous.
Yeah.
I wanted to, in a world where everybody's putting out EPs, these 3-song EPs, I can't stand EPs.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I get EPs, and I'll buy one, and I like maybe one of the songs, but I don't feel like it's an album that I can live with. And I think a true music lover wants an album, something they can live with. It's like books. If you love to read, do you want the whole book or just a couple of chapters?
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I'm an album man. Always have been.
I mean, literally, I will argue with anybody about EPs versus albums. It's like, well, when you go to see a movie, would you be happy if they just gave you the trailer and played the first 30 minutes of a movie, and they're like, oops, it's over?
Yeah.
I mean, it's art. It's something that people want to live with. I know when I get an album, I just really enjoy getting to grow with the album and learn it. It's like the song that was my favorite song in the beginning, it may not be my favorite song 6 months later. It might be one of the track 16.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited. I really wanted to give the fans something special for supporting me for all these years.
Yeah, we're excited. And yesterday you released Country Radio, didn't you? Which is dedicated to your mum and dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that song then.
It's just sweet imagery of mom and dad just being in love and being sweet to each other, you know, with the Grand Ole Opry playing on the radio in the background. And so we released it yesterday, and the first time I ever played it was there at the Grand Ole Opry. So it was really special.
And you released a music video for Old Friend a few weeks back, didn't you? Riding around, was it Miami?
Yeah, we were in California.
Oh, California, yeah.
It looked like Miami. I wrote Old Friend actually after the week after Tom Petty died, and I just wanted to kind of write a song that had his influence, but it's really just a song about being kind to others, and it's a fun song. It's one of I love playing that one live. I think that's going to be a fan favorite. It's my oldest boy Jake's favorite song. He listens to it nonstop. He's already learned it on the guitar and the drums.
He's a seriously good guitarist. I was looking at your Instagram posts like a while back. He can shred that thing.
He can shred. I mean, that kid's been able to play since he was like 8, you know, and now he plays like a grown man, and he plays the drums just as good too. So I'm like, what do you want to do someday? Do you want a band? He's like, I don't know. He just wants to play. So I don't know if he'll get into the music industry, but he's talented. So, but that's one of his favorites.
Yeah. What's Jodie Kate's favorite of interest?
Jolie loves, probably her favorite is a song called Heartstrings, because I wrote that song. She asked me to teach her how to write a song. So I wrote this song with her there, and I showed her how to write it and how to put chords to it. So even though she didn't write that song with me, I wrote that song for her. And so she loves Heartstrings. So I'll tell you, there's no greater compliment for me as an artist than when I hear my kids listening to my music in their rooms. It just it's so sweet.
That's what it's all about.
It's very sweet.
And the final track on the album is 58, isn't it?
58.
So tell us a little bit about that one, because there's a special meaning to that one.
58 is for the 58 victims that were killed at the Route 91 festival. We played that festival actually a year earlier to date, and I was out there in the crowd. I believe Paisley was the headliner that night, and we played in Vegas a few months after that tragedy, and a girl came out to my show who had been shot, had been injured, and then there was another girl that showed up, and one of her best friends had been killed, and they asked me to write a song for the victims and their families, and I said, okay, I'll try. And then the next day I had some words. I woke up with some words, and it's a really simple song that just really lifts up those families and lets them know that we haven't forgotten about their loved ones that they lost, and that their heartache that they're going through. And it's called 58, but it's also just 58 seconds long. So I wanted it just to be and I wanted it to be the last track.
Perfect way to end the album.
Yeah.
And just finally, you're going out on the Red Bandana tour very soon. When are you going to bring this to the UK, Aaron?
I'm ready.
Let's sort this out.
Let's go. I'm ready right now. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I'll tell you, coming to the UK for me is a vacation. I love the people. I love the culture. It's the best time. So whenever I see a UK dates, I'm like, yes. The last time we had so much fun. I took my wife with me. We stayed at a hotel that was a castle. It was just the history. I mean, I did make one mistake. One thing I really regretted in London. She wanted to just walk. We stayed in the red light district?
Yeah, red light district.
We stayed in the red light district at this really neat hotel, and she wanted to go shopping. She just wanted to walk. And I was wearing boots, and I literally, her little thing that she wears that tells you how many steps you took, I think I took 40,000 steps in my boots. And when we got back at the end of the day, I could hardly walk, and I was like, never again.
That's a pretty extreme shopping trip right there.
Yeah, never again will I ever do that to myself. I should have just given my boots to someone and bought some tennis shoes and walked back home.
Yeah.
But we love it.
So you guys have got to buy the Red Bandana album so that you can make up for that shopping trip in London.
Yes. My wife really helped out the economy in the UK while we were there.
We thank you for your service,
I'm
Aaron.
still trying to pay off her credit card bill from when we were in the UK, so please go buy the Red Bandana. Help me out.
If that's not a good enough reason to go and buy it, I don't know what is. Well, Aaron, thank you for doing this video. Appreciate it. It's always good to see you.
It's good to see you. Tell Mom and Dad I said hi.
Yes, so will do. They'll be watching this, I'm sure.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Thanks for doing this, Aaron. Appreciate it,
brother.
Thank you, brother.
God bless you.
Thank you.